Oh, hi there guys, Simon here, Weirs pipe smoker. So finally it stopped raining, so I thought I'll come down to the river and have a little bit of an explore. Looks like somebody's been cutting some firewood, obviously getting prepared for the next winter. Now's the time to do it, I guess. More leaves on the trees. It's a bit wet underfoot after all this rain, which is good. It's been so dry this year that yeah, the ground really does need some moisture. Let's have a look down by the river here. Yeah, there's something about this river. I find it intrinsically attractive and magical. I find myself coming down here quite a lot actually. It's a great place. I have no idea what this would have been for. It's kind of like a bed of rollers. So I guess this was a sluice gate from the weir. See if we can get a better look. I guess that would have opened and shut it, possibly. Hello! Anyone there? I'm not entirely sure what that mechanism is actually. It probably hasn't come out so well on film. It kind of looks like there's some kind of big float on a gimbal. A little bit like the stopcock in a toilet possibly. And maybe it automatically kept a constant flow of water because, let's have a look. I think here would have been where the water would have came out originally, and it would have run down behind this wall. I'm kind of getting mixed messages here of the age of this, because the weir itself is concrete, and you can see some concrete on the water exit. But this wall, and it looks like the water would have ran behind this wall. This wall is obviously stone and a lot older than the concrete. If we follow this, which I imagine to be the old water course down, we get to, presumably this is where the water would have exited. I'm not sure if this flow of water would have fed the mill at some point. Here we have the old mill wheel, I presume. So we can, yeah, it's definitely an old mill wheel. I'm hoping it's coming out okay. And if we scrabble down here, oh, it's a bit slippery today. And again, this breeze block concrete building looks a lot newer than some of the old stone infrastructure. And on the door here, we have a Centrale Hydroélectrique del Prat de Uday, 1982. Danger, ne pas toucher aux installations. Probably means you're going to get an electric shock. And I guess this is the old mill race. I guess the water would have come out of those two, and this top one possibly, and I'm guessing here would be where the wheel would have attached, because that is the original coupling, I'd imagine, for turning the generator itself. But again, the stonework here looks a lot older than some of the modern concrete. So I've tried asking around the village, but nobody really can give me any information or the history. But I'm kind of guessing possibly it used to be a mill used for something else originally, and it's been modified in 1982, if the date on the door's correct, to generate electricity. And of course now we're kind of on the grid and it's nuclear power, so I don't really know if we can call or say that any progress has happened. I mean, obviously that's probably quite a small scale generating unit, so it's probably not big enough to power the whole valley. I'm wondering if it was actually a private installation at some point. I was hoping to walk over the weir, but since the rain, there's a bit too much water there. When it's in low flow, it's possible to paddle across and take your shoes and socks off. But that's a bit powerful today, and it's quite slippery underfoot. It's like pebbles in the concrete, it's like slippery pebbles. So I don't think I'll make a fool of myself today. You may have noticed I'm not smoking a pipe. I'm going to do that in a minute. I've come down here specifically to smoke a pipe, and I've brought one of my nice meerschaums out because it's Meerschum Monday. So I thought I would do I guess it's 1 month more or less, maybe a bit more, after I bought my Meerschum. Well, I bought two, but I thought I would possibly do not a review, but just a 1 month later kind of update. So I'm just trying to find a spot where I can park myself without without too much water noise to interfere with the audio, and not get a wet arse. Which way? Solid. What, famous last words? Kind of looks like this bridge has seen better days. It's like it's just a couple of logs with some grass growing across it. I think I'll risk it. Wow, it's so green. I was up here a couple of weeks ago and the beech leaves are just beginning to unfurl. Now it's just the most incredible shade of green. And although it's beautiful down by the river, when there's so much water flow, I find the having that much background noise can kind of be a little bit not distracting, but it's actually incredibly loud when you're right next to it. So I thought I would come up here and find a nice place to have a pipe. And it has to be a good place because these Meers, the bowls are pretty enormous actually. So yeah, it's a good long smoke, so it's worth putting in the footwork to find exactly the right place to have a pipe. just can't believe how vivid the green is on these leaves. I mean, I've no idea if I'm going to be able to get this on film adequately. Maybe if we can get to the top of this rock protrusion, possibly. I don't know if I've quite have the energy to climb up there just to find out it's not suitable. But I mean, yeah, that's just like a big boulder sticking out of the ground. And I guess the Pyrenees are, on the greater scale of things, actually quite reasonably younger mountains. As in, they're not volcanic mountains, which generally tend to erode and get smaller over time with weather erosion. But if I'm correct, they're actually being pushed up as the African continent pushes up against the European continent, and so they're actually being pushed up constantly. I mean, obviously it's not by big amounts every year. I'm going to do a scramble and try and get up there actually. Just trying to look at the lay. So I don't want to continue too much further down this track because it is actually a walk for another video. It goes to another abandoned house. So I don't want to kick the backside out of this one. I wasn't actually planning to come down here. I was actually planning to stay at the river, but I just found, like I said, it's a little bit too noisy. So I'm just looking at the cut of the land here to work out a good way to scramble up. Often diagonals are better than going straight up. This is where the deer tracks come in handy. I mean, it's probably not coming out on this path on film, but it's actually covered in deer track. Yeah, I think I see a way. Problem is, maybe it's a boyhood sense of curiosity. You start following these tracks, it's knowing when to stop. I love the spirit of adventure. I mean, it's pretty safe. As in, yeah, you can slip and break a bone, but it's not like there's any tigers or man-eating snakes or anything, so you've only really got to be responsible for yourself and your own safety by just paying attention where your feet are going. Okay, one more. Aye. I don't think I'm going to climb up that one. It would be nice to be on the top. Christ knows how I'm going to get down. But there does have to come a point where you do stop climbing because, yeah, you can just go up forever, obviously, you know. Not forever, but... Well, I guess that's mission accomplished. Well, I guess that's mission accomplished. Comfy seat, springy moss, a little bit damp. Pipe loaded. As you can see, it's one hell of a block of meerschaum. I can't get my fingers round it. They smoke amazingly well. Very, very good pipes. And I'm smoking, I think I had it in one of my other videos. It's Dan tobacco, and this is the Ascanian #1 Riverside blend, which is a Virginia Perique. I think the Virginias are from Africa and India, and it's not so heavy on the Perique, and it has some Turkish Oriental in there as well, and it's absolutely incredible tobacco. The tin note's very similar to something like Marlin Flake, very, very similar. But I think this is one of my favourite vapours at the moment. I'm trying to whittle down my next tobacco order so I'm not doubling up on things that have very similar flavour profiles. I think I'm going to choose this Muscanian #1 over Marlin Flake. They're not the same, but they're pretty damn similar. When I say similar, you know, they're very closely related, I guess, in the flavours. Again, I don't want to tempt fate, but we're starting to get a bit of colour. It's only a month old. I mean, I'm not really worried about the colouring of them. This is the first time this one's left my house, actually, but I thought I'd make the exception today. I'm being really ultra careful. 9mm filter. But yeah, Yunar Meersham, incredible pipes for the price. I think they work out, I forget now, under $200. And yeah, I think you'd be hard pushed to get, I mean, obviously big pipes aren't everyone's cup of tea. But I see a lot of Meershams, sometimes more expensive than that. And the actual piece of Meersham is relatively small. I mean, size isn't everything, but but what a place to have a pipe in the middle of the beech forest. Absolutely beautiful. I always feel at home when there's many shades of green around. Something very calming. Another thing I'm maybe of interest to some people, and I kind of discovered it accidentally because I've uploaded some videos, and at my end, when I've rendered the video, they look okay, you know. And when I watch them back on YouTube, they appear to be quite grainy, and there's some like pixelation and distortion. And I discovered by accident the other day, you can try it yourselves. If you right-click the mouse with the cursor actually on the video itself, you know, where the video is playing, the video window, another menu comes up, and I think it's at the bottom of that menu. It's called Statistics for Nerds. And I discovered this accidentally, and one of the statistics is a codec, this YouTube's compression codec. And I compared my codec that they had ascribed to my video to a codec off a video that came over as being really high quality, and lo and behold, they're different codecs. Further research says that that small channels, or people with not many followers or views, get given a pretty crappy codec, so they compress the video file as much as possible, which means you get a big loss of quality. Bigger channels with more views get given a lot better codec, so the video comes, it gets streamed a lot truer to the original upload. Which obviously, in some cases, doesn't matter so much. You know, if you're, you know, no disrespect or not being derogatory, but if you're just making videos with a webcam on your computer, like the talking head format, maybe it's not so noticeable, and maybe it doesn't make so much difference. But obviously when trying to film somewhere like this, it's actually kind of, to me, it's quite important to get something that's of a reasonable quality. So I think I might have found a workaround to get the better codec. It appears that you need to upload at kind of 2K resolution and up the bit rate. YouTube publish guidelines for their recommended bit rates for the different formats, whether it's HD, 480, 1080, whatever, and that they do give recommended bit rates. But the problem is then they squeeze it even more, so you end up with something that doesn't have so much information, so that translates as a pretty grainy, pixelated video. So I'm going to try that with this one and see if I can. I think the codec, if you try this, I think the codec that you want is VP09. I forget what the other one's called now. It's like AVC or APS. I forget exactly, but VP09 is the one that you want. Thanks to everybody that's entered the giveaway so far. I'll do a roll call later on in the week. I'll put a link on this video to the giveaway video so I can keep all of the entries on one place. If you do make a VR, can you let me know you've made it? Because obviously, otherwise many will go under my radar and I won't necessarily spot them. So either drop me an email to say that you've done a VR or just mention it on the original giveaway video. This is such a wonderful sweet tobacco, but not sweet as in sugary gooey, but just in smooth roundedness, and that bit of oriental tends to grow a little bit as you get through the bowl. It's just a very, very nice tobacco. Definitely one I'm going to get a little bit stocked up on, hopefully. So I think that's probably been far too long, this video already, so I'm going to sign off, finish my pipe in the forest, try and scramble back down the way I came, and see you in a few days' time. Like I say, I'll do a midweek roll call, just to make sure everybody who's entered is on my list. It's going till the 27th of May, so there's plenty of time to make your VRs. There's no rush to get in there and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a wrap. I'm going to sign off. For those of you that have a long weekend, enjoy your extra day off work. For those of you who don't, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm giving myself away here. Continuity error. I'm releasing this on Meers Monday, but I'm actually filming it on Savonelli Sunday. So, all right, guys, signing off. Take care. Thanks for your time as always, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care now. Bye.